energy coming up tonight. Let's put our hands together for Les the Plumber. Come on, folks. Bring him up. Hey! Good luck.
Hiya, folks.
Nice hat.
Hiya, folks. Looks like I'm tripping over everything over here. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I just got back from a pleasure trip. I took my mother-in-law to the airport, but I just had one problem. She came back. I just want to tell you about the problem I had the other day. I had a little problem with my car, so I went into the police headquarters, and I see there's a whole commotion there, and I said to the police, I said, what's going on? He says, somebody stole all the toilet seats, and now we have nothing to go on. I was just amazed by that, you know? Unreal, unreal. And then, before I got married, see, I was engaged to a girl that had a wooden leg, but I broke it off. And now that I got married, my mother-in-law, everybody got a mother-in-law here, right? But when I got married, now I got a mother-in-law. Now my mother-in-law is so old, they discontinued her blood type. And now they even put an airbag on her walker. I don't know what to do with her anymore. Terrible. And then I found out her social security number is #1. How could you beat that? And I haven't spoken to my wife in 18 months because I don't like to interrupt her. You know? I'll tell you, my wife is a trip. Everywhere she goes, she buys things that are marked down. So last year, she bought an escalator. Terrible. And then she's shopping all over the place. Okay, never stops shopping. So what happens? Last week she got sick and 3 stores closed up. I don't understand all that. And then I went into the restaurant the other day, and I said to the owner, you serve crabs here? He says, yeah, we serve everybody. Where would you like to sit? Terrible, just terrible. But then, finally, I got down, I'm sitting there, and I'm waiting, and the waiter brings over, I ordered soup, and the waiter brings over the soup, and I see there's a fly in the soup. And I said to the waiter, what's with the fly in the soup? He says he's doing the backstroke. Oh, jeez, I'll tell you. Terrible. And then I went to the psychiatrist. I was all wrapped up in saran wrap. The psychiatrist looked at me. He says, please, don't say anything. I see your nuts. Unreal, unreal. Just terrible about that, you know. It was embarrassing. Then I went to the doctor, and I said to the doctor, I said, you know, I don't feel so good. He says, come over here, I'll examine you. So he's examining me, and he says, you know, you only have 6 months to live. I said, Doc, I can't pay your bill. He says, all right, I'll give you another 6 months. You know? And then I went to the other doctor, and I said, Doc, you know, check me out. So he's checking me out, and he says, you know, you're going to live till 60. I says, Doc, I am 60. He says, I told you so. Just terrible, just terrible. And then I went and I wanted to get Social Security. So I go there, and the lady says to me, where's your ID? And I said, geez, I don't have any. And I start looking in my pockets. So she goes, come over here. Open up your shirt. Let me see some of your gray hairs. So she takes a look, and she says, yeah, you look like you're old enough. I'm going to give you Social Security. I go home. I tell my wife. She says, boy, you should have dropped your pants. You might have got disability. That's the kind of respect. That's the kind of respect I get, you know what I mean? And then I was standing on 42nd Street, and a man comes up to me, and he says, hey, how do I get to Carnegie Hall? I told him, practice, practice, and practice. It's just unbelievable. And then the other day, I see a man crying across the street. So I go across the street, and I said to the guy, I said, why are you crying? He says, for crying out loud, he says, I'm 85 years old. I got married to a 21-year-old woman. I said, well, that's great. Why you be crying? He says, because I forgot where I live. Well, anyway, I just want to finish up with the, I went to the rabbi the other day, see? And I said to the rabbi, I said, I think my wife's trying to poison me. So he says, don't worry, I'll call your wife and I'll call you back. Next day he calls me back. He says, look, I spoke to your wife for 3 hours. Take the poison. Thank you, everybody. And I'd just like to wish everybody happy flushing.